Persian was a largely forgotten about Pokemon in the Mr. Mime and Raichu GSCNU metagames. While it did have some good traits, notably being the second fastest Pokemon on the tier behind Dugtrio, people mostly saw it as an inconsistent gimmick, using sets like Swagger Psych Up to try cheese wins. Persian was rarely seen as a result, with people favouring other normal types over it. When Raichu was banned, and we entered the modern GSCNU metagame in late 2019, it seemed like it would be the same story for Persian in this new metagame. For close to 2 years, Persian was still seen as inconsistent and not worth using. That is, until the latter half of 2021, when people started to use Persian as a lead, and it wasn't just a good lead, it was quite possibly the best lead in GSCNU. Persian's speed, typing, and access to hypnosis made it almost impossible to consistently counter lead, without using gimmick shit like Miracle Berry, Sudowoodo. Offensive teams with Persian became very popular at this time, and Persian experienced a huge boost in viability. It went from a niche B- type mon to a solid A- tournament worthy Pokemon. It can still use those swagger sets like I mentioned earlier, but the lead set is Persian's primary use now, so let's get into why Persian is good. What sticks out most about Persian's stats is its 150 in base speed. Persian is the second fastest Pokemon in GSCNU, only behind Dugtrio, which means it outspeeds the dominant Xatu and Fearow, as well as Rapidash. Persian is able to 1v1 Dugtrio as well, by just using Double Edge twice. This means that if a Pokemon wants to switch into Persian, they have to be able to take 2 Double Edges, which is tricky to do. Persian's attack stat is decent by GSCNU standards, and it possesses the busted normal offensive typing that I've gone on about in other videos. This lets it offensively check Xatu and revenge kill weakened Magmar, Fearow, and Sattler. If this was all Persian had, then it might be decent, but having Hypnosis alongside these traits makes Persian a lot harder to deal with. If it hits, Hypnosis is able to shut down Pokemon that lack Rest Talk, such as Kingler, Statler, Dugtrio, Pineco, Sudowoodo, and Weezing. Even if a Pokemon has Sleep Talk, that is still annoying for them, as it becomes vulnerable to bad Sleep Talk pulls. After it steps something, Persian is able to click either Thief to remove leftovers from a bulky Pokemon like Octillery, Xatu, or Sudowoodo, and then Double Edge, just for damage. What makes Persian so hard to consistently deal with is that the most common Rest Talk users are Pokemon like Octillery and Xatu that are 3KO'd by Double Edge, and they also dislike Thief. And Pokemon that check Persian well, like Weezing and Sudowoodo, are ruined by Hypnosis. As a result of all this, Persian is one of, if not the single best offensive lead in GSTNU. Due to its speed and offensive typing, Persian is almost impossible to counter lead, since with good fortune, Persian can defeat almost any Pokemon 1v1 with Hypnosis and Thief, and then fire off decently strong double edges. Bulky leads like Wigglytuff and Ninetales hate being thieved. Other offensive leads like Rapidash, Statler, and Dugtrio are ruined by Hypnosis, and Rest Talk leads like Octillery and Xatu still hate Thief and take a lot from Double Edge. That is with just 3 moves, by the way, since Persian has plenty of good options for its 4th move slot. Thunder is able to better pressure water and flying types without recoil. Nightmare can improve Persian's matchup against Rest Talkers. Hidden Power Ground can OHKO Magnemite, and Screech pairs very well with Persian's speed, with almost every Pokemon being 2KO'd at -2 defense. Screech is my favourite 4th option in the 4th slot, since it can snowball very hard, just like Screech Dugtrio. Persian is a very good Pokemon in GSCNU, and has established itself as a staple on offensive teams in the past year, but it can be a rather high risk, high reward Pokemon. Its main selling point, Hypnosis, can also be its biggest con due to its accuracy. Sometimes Persian can just miss multiple Hypnosis and fail to really leave an impact. In response to Persian's popularity, lead Pineco almost always runs Miracle Berry these days, which is a huge annoyance for the cat. Persian's stats outside of its speed can also be lacking, as it defensively checks nothing and can sometimes lack power. Persian is not really meant to stick around though. It is best off sleeping something, using Thief, and then just clicking Double Edge till it goes down. It was a late start for the cat, and while it is flawed, it is still a great Pokemon in GSCNU.